This episode of Checking In With is sponsored by Pizza Packet. Enjoyed by millions nationwide, Pizza Packet provides portion-controlled, prepackaged spice and Parmesan packets. Made with only premium quality ingredients, Pizza Packet is the most convenient and most cost-effective way to provide added value to your customers. During these challenging times, every penny counts. Pizza Packet saves you time and money and is a much more hygienic and sanitary option over dirty shakers. Check out pizzapacket.com for all of your packaging needs.
Hey there, welcome to Checking In With. I'm your host, Jeremy White, the editor-in-chief of Pizza Today magazine. I'm joined with Pizza Today executive editor, Denise Greer.
Hello.
And Dr. Derek Sanchez.
Hey, what's going on? Thank you for having me.
Derek, what's up, buddy?
Man, we're doing good down here in Texas. We're trying to, we're really busy in our build out. We're working on our brick and mortar right now. So everything's been really busy, man.
Yeah.
What a time to build out a new restaurant, man.
Yeah. We started before all the COVID-19 hit. And then when it hit, I also work in the clinic. And when it hit, I said, hey man, I'm just going to take advantage of the clinic shutting down. And we're just going to bust our butt getting this thing open. So that's what we've been doing for about 2 months, trying to get this thing opened up.
Yeah, I remember speaking with you in Vegas last year about the plans for Mia Marco's, and COVID just kind of came along right in the middle of that. Under normal circumstances, you probably would have been open this past March, right? For sure,
yeah. We, you always run into stuff. Everybody does. I know Vince Rotolo's busy trying to get Good Pie open, and there's some other people trying to do some stuff to get open too. And this was a hiccup, but man, we took advantage of the hiccup, I suppose. It was some downtime for a lot of other businesses. A lot of other people weren't moving. And then it gave us a little chance to kind of get stuff fixed up exactly how we wanted to. So, we just try to see the positive in it, I suppose, man. Most people that own businesses look for positive and trying to just move forward. And that's what we did. So, yeah.
You started Mia Marco's with a food truck, correct?
Man, I started in my house, bro.
In your house. All right, let's hear that story.
So we went from my house to my garage, and then my wife kicked us out of the house because we were selling so many pizzas out of the house. And then we went to the food truck, man. And then now it's kind of the same. We've outgrown it, and it's time for bigger ovens and a bigger place. And man, we were really blessed with the place we have. It's going to be cool. Hopefully I'll come and visit, man. Y'all are really going to like it.
Oh, we will.
Yeah,
man,
really
a food truck in the Texas summers. Ouch.
And dude, it is hot. I mean, we get up in, it's probably sometimes in there at least 120. I mean, we have a big Marsal oven in the food truck.
Oh,
and
wow.
We run it on propane, and then it's 109 outside, and we have that thing cranked up, 2 air conditions on there, man, fans going. It's still hot as can be in there, but we've made it 5 years. We've been in that thing. So we've made it happen. Joey has done a great job. So yeah,
so
it's been
the truck is still operating right now as we speak, correct?
Yes, sir. Sure is. Yeah, it's still going. So it's actually parked right in front of our brick and mortar. So that's cooking. Everybody's coming up and they're seeing that we're building this thing out. People are getting excited about our brick and mortar. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
are you planning to use the truck after you open? Are you what kind of ways are you going to use the truck after you open?
We get that question a lot. It's a great question. We at first I was like, man, we're so tired of the mobile business. It's so hot in there. We're just going to park it in the back, maybe use it as a billboard because it's big, right? We have our big logo on it. And then we had a lot of requests to just, hey, please park it at our spot. There's a really kind of popular bar restaurant right where we are. It's called Blue Bonnet Palace. It's like a little dance hall. We'll go there when y'all come. It's fun. And they want us to park the truck in there and serve slices out of there. So, we may do that. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. That's just kind of, we'll kind of take it as it comes. So.
When did you realize that you were ready to open a brick and mortar restaurant? Was it when you were selling, 200 pizzas a day, or, you got money coming out your ears? I mean, what happened to make you realize, hey, it's time?
Yeah. I think what pushed us forward was, we kind of reached some goals that we wanted to reach. And then it came to a point where it's like, hey man, it's either crap or get off the pot, right? It's either, hey, we're going to either do this or let's shut this thing down. I have my clinic, and I'm pretty busy in that. So, you know, I was telling Joey's the pizza chef in the trailer most of the time. I said, hey man, it's time to get this thing open. We got a 3-hour wait for pizza on Friday and Saturday.
Wow.
We either crank this thing open, dude, or we shut down. And where we were parked at, the gentleman that owns the property, he said, man, why don't y'all just take the house? And we've been wanting the house for a while. And he saw our lines, and he's a really kind man, wanted to help us in business. He goes, hey, let's just see what happens. I said, man, let's rock and roll. So we had to jump on the opportunity, and that's what kind of happened. Kind of just fell into place, man.
Wow. So where are we at now in the build out?
I think, man, I'm about a month and a half out.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're almost there. And we have this, you know, and it's this old farmhouse. This thing was built in the 30s, and it has a really cool feel. And what we did is we built like this huge, we're building this huge outdoor deck, like a covered decking area. So it's going to be about 70% outdoor sitting, really nice outdoor seats. And then we have kind of a smaller inside, has a fireplace in there. But imagine like this old Texas farmhouse feel with a New York style subway tile in there and iron pipe. And we kind of did that feel to it. Really cool looking, man. People are really going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. What's
the name of the town you're in? I know you're a little bit outside of San Antonio, correct?
Yes, sir. We're in a place called Selma, Texas. So it's just butted up to San Antonio. I mean, it's northeast San Antonio. It's butted up. And next is New Braunfels, and of course is Austin, right? A couple of towns in between there, Kyle, Buda, and then you run into Austin. So, you know, it's becoming this one big city, man. Everybody's up and down 35, like, you know, like nothing. So.
And you're kind of in the middle. They're kind of both growing your way.
Man, we're growing both right at us. So it's cool. And we're right off the highway. I mean, you can see our sign from 35. So we're going to have millions of people seeing our sign. That's going to be cool.
Awesome. Did you have to change I know that you are, to back it up a little bit, you are always experimenting with dough. You're always tinkering, playing around. Did you have to change your formula for the restaurant as compared to what you have on the food truck?
So far, no. I think it's more of changing our formula according to our ovens, I think. So we got new ovens coming in. We ordered some Pizza Masters. And I know we're going to have to mess with hydration rates because of how dry that oven bakes. So, you know, we'll do stuff like that when we get the ovens in. And that's something in the plans. And that's another reason, Jeremy, for opening our restaurant, man. We wanted to make better pizza. Our pizza's good. But, you know, if we can have a really controlled environment, because we make our dough off-site, we make it in a lab, and then we bring it over, and just that transfer of heat and that time, I mean, it just does so many different things to our dough. We're really going to be pleased to be baking or cooking in the air-conditioned, number one, nice and cool place, and then having a really controlled atmosphere where the variables are down.
Wow.
Are you going to be offering that beautiful signature style you have with that gorgeous crust? Are you going to be adding any other styles, or what are you?
Yeah, we're gonna do a couple of different styles. I really enjoy all the styles of pizza. We're gonna do a Roman, of course. You know, I got me a Roman. So Roman's one, and then we'll do classic New York thin and crispy and foldable. And then we're probably gonna dabble in some Detroit gluten-free stuff, and then we'll do some cauliflower crust for like the keto people. And our focus, of course, is our classic style pie, but Roman, Detroit, and probably our classic style right now. Probably throw some grandma on there to sing for specials. We'll see, you know, but we can do it. It'll be fun. We'll see what happens.
Now, do you
Still
offer
gonna go
all
for
those
those
styles out of your
awards.
truck?
We were doing, man, for a little bit, we were doing Roman. You know, just after I won the competition, everybody wanted that Roman, so we were doing it. It's super hard to control that crust in that type of heat. I mean, you get that dough out, it either blows up or it just flattens out. It was so hard to get it right. And we didn't want to serve the customers something that wasn't exactly right. You know, we wanted them to get the full experience. So, man, we stopped doing it, and then we're telling people, look, when we get our brick and mortar open, you're going to have a different variety of pizza. So.
Now you're a month out from opening. One more question, Jeremy, I promise. But you're a month out from opening. What kind of marketing do you have planned to are you going to do a slow rollout or are you planning a big shebang, especially in this time?
I think because of my inexperience in the restaurant world, there's a lot of great people. I have resources like crazy, beautiful people to learn from. But personally, I'm inexperienced in that. We're going to slow roll it. I need to see what's going on. And we're going to kind of do we're going to invite, we're going to do it a couple times, just give away free pizza and drinks. And we're going to invite a couple hundred people and just slam us and see what happens, and that way, if it's free, they can't go online and write bad reviews, right? Oh, it was horrible. The service was horrible. So kind of like the bar rescue guy does. You just get slammed and you learn a lot from your mistakes. And that's kind of what we want to go through. But we'll slow roll it. And then I'm going to do a couple of these get slammed events. And let's see if we can iron out some stuff before we do a grand opening.
That sounds like quite a plan. I think it's going to be a very eventful opening for you.
Wish me luck, bro. Wish me luck. So we'll see what happens, man.
Absolutely. Denise, do you remember when Derek first came on to the scene at Pizza Expo? He was competing in the International Pizza Challenge, and everyone's like, I don't know who this doctor dude is, but his pizza's pretty legit.
You
remember that?
This doctor's making some of the best pizza in the world. What?
They're like, this is legit. And they're like, he doesn't even have a restaurant.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so
man.
Derek, for those who don't know, tell them a little bit about your background. You work in physical therapy, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm a doctor of evidence-based medicine and research in physical therapy. So what I do, that's just a really fancy name to make me sound important. I'm not that important. What I really do, man, is I use evidence and research to get better outcomes in treatments. So I've been part of research teams, going to school and, learning how to look at evidence and research, and then you produce outcomes with it. So what I did with pizza, I had this great love for pizza my whole life. And San Antonio has some good pizza places, but there was a distinct flavor, distinct kind of pizza I was looking for. And as you guys know, you've been to some pizza places and it just still rings in your head, man, that pizza's so good. I want to go back and have it. Right. So I've been to a few places like that, and I really wanted to bring that element to San Antonio. So in about 2005, 4.5 or so, 15 years ago now with it, I started researching pizza, and I started using how to look at evidence, and I applied it to pizza. So, that's hard to do, man, when there's no double-blind cohort studies on tomatoes or pizza or dough or anything else. So I had to develop my own studies. So I built a lab in my house and started in looking at flours, yeast, tomatoes, waters. You name it. I have journals and journals of what to do and what not to do. Yeah, pretty weird. I'm pretty nerdy like that, man. So
that's pretty cool to be able to take what you've, the application of being able to do research studies. It's a science, and to be able to apply that to pizza, that's pretty awesome.
It is. I'm a fan of Brian Spangler. Me and John talk a lot all the time where I'm really deep into the science of dough, bacterial fermentation, and yeast fermentation. Peter Reinhardt's a really good one I talk to, a really, really knowledgeable person I talk to. But, and you start digging in and it's just going down a rabbit hole. You start trying to perfect something that's so subjective, and man, it's a challenge. But I enjoy that challenge, and in pizza, what is perfect? So many people have so many different styles. There's so much great pizza, so many awesome pizza makers. It's just, it comes to whatever you enjoy the most, I suppose.
Absolutely. When you were first experimenting with your dough formula, did you meet a pizzeria operator somewhere who kind of showed you the ropes a little bit, gave you a base formula that you worked off of, or did you just start from square one in your lab and just throw some flour and water together and start figuring it out?
Man, that's a great question. In the process of the way the brain learned is we learn by mistakes mostly, right? So my process of learning was to just jump in and make a bunch of mistakes and then go out and research a little bit and then jump in and make a bunch of mistakes and go. So I didn't want tradition to make my dough for me. I wanted science to make my dough. I wanted outcomes to make my dough. So I went to, if they said it was the best pizza place in the world, I've been reading y'all's magazine, beautiful magazine forever, dude. And if you mention it, me and my wife, before we had the kids, were on an airplane traveling to these pizzerias eating. So, because I wanted to see, and then I would talk to the guys, and sometimes I get a cold shoulder. Sometimes people love to talk about their pie, man. So then I would come back and kind of implement a couple things. But if they said this, man, I'm testing it. I want to know if that's tradition or if that's, if that's real science. So it was a back and forth until about 10 years into it, you start honing in what the science is. You start getting it. It's like, oh, okay, I get why they've done this. I don't know if they know why they're doing it, right? But man, this is why it works, right? Like putting dough in boxes, or like dough boxes, and folding that dough. Like, what is that doing? Well, those dough boxes, that wood contains bacteria that's been in there forever, right? Their hands have bacteria. They fold this dough, the bacteria lays on top of each other, and then it ferments, right? So yeast and bacteria ferment together, and then you eat their pizza, man. It's like, oh man, dude, it's crazy. That took a while to figure that stuff out. But yeah, it's been cool. It's been a journey. So
we can't wait for you to get open and come down and check you out. I know you and I have talked about this several times over the last year, and I'm very excited to see it once it's open and once we're able to hop on an airplane again. We can't wait to come check it out.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. And y'all come in, and then I'm gonna go take you and feed y'all steaks. You're coming to Texas, dude. I'll give y'all some pizza. We're gonna go up the road and have some awesome steaks. So
hey, we're gonna have some barbecue too.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll get my buddies to roll in the pits. We'll cook it right there at the pizzeria.
Oh,
that sounds like a plan. Denise, that sounds like a heck of a trip, right?
Hey, I'm ready. Sign me up. Can we fly yet?
We'll do it. Yeah, I think everybody's ready to get out, right?
We could road trip, Denise. We could just rent a car and drive.
How many hours do you think that would be? What?
It's a long
30 hours?
Yeah.
All right, Denise, do you have anything else for Derek before we, he's going to go hit the beach with his family today. So we're going to try to let him get out of here.
Hey, no, we'll let him get out. I mean, I think we're going to do a lot more extensive conversations with Dr. Derek, especially on the podcast and some other venues. So we'll let him go for now.
Cool. Hey, thank you guys so much, man. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Derek.
Right,
we'll see you, buddy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Sorry about that. Bye-bye.